Guys, welcome back to another conversation about the 5 love languages, where we are talking about Chapman's book that he wrote all the way in the 90s, which we didn't get to see it until the 2010s. And it impacted our life, and we wanted to share really our experience and encourage you to see, hey, I think this could be, we believe it could be a great blessing in your life. And the whole point of the 5 love languages is learning how to communicate better and effectively in a loving relationship. And so we're going to do number 1. So I'm going to read love language number 1. Well, and they're all kind of different order, so I'm going to pick this one. Words of affirmation is one love language. And again, the author believes that we all speak these love languages, but some of us have some are priority
more dominant than others.
More dominant than others. And so here's one, okay? Words of affirmation. Let me read a quick summary. These are verbal expressions of care and affection. So think things like, thanks for putting the kids to bed, or hey, you look really nice today. Conversely, insults can be particularly upsetting to the people who favor words of affirmation. So something really key about the love languages is that words of affirmation can be the way you express love, but it could also be the way that somebody can be hurt. And so it's really interesting. So, all right, so when you think words of affirmation, obviously that's really easy. It's encouraging words, motivating words. How did you react to this love language? How do you feel like, this one speaks to you, or how do you speak this one?
For me, listen, words of affirmation is great to hear that you're appreciated, to hear that you look nice. Those are great, and those are important to hear. But for me, I am a actions speak louder than words type of person. So even though you can tell me that all day long, I love it. But if you're not showing that, it's kind of falling on. It's like void. It doesn't mean anything to me personally.
Yeah.
I'm not a big wordsy person. Like even like when it comes to writing and stuff like that, like I'm not big. Like even when I had to write our vows, I was like, oh my God, this is so hard, because I'm not big on words. I like to show my love, and through my actions. So.
Yeah, and I'm the talker, I think, out of the two of us.
Yes.
But and I really like to write. Like I feel like I'm a good writer. I like to write, but even that, words of affirmation didn't hit me as like a major way of expressing it. I do like to, but yeah, it's not my big one. And so, and even though I would, and this is the interesting thing, as we go through the love languages, you'll kind of experience and see how, like, some of these can be interpreted in a different way, which I'll show you. But I remember when you said that statement, I don't feel like you love me. I never went a day without telling you. And that's interesting you said that, because I always made sure to say, and to speak and all those things, yet you didn't feel it. And that was super frustrating. But then when I realized, okay, words aren't your big thing, that kind of helped out. So for some of you, maybe that's you. Like, if hearing that, hey, I'm proud of you, or just hearing someone say thank you or great job, for a lot of us, yes, that impacts everybody, but for some of you, it's probably huge. Yeah. And then that's the danger part, though, also, is, for example, let's say if you are a words of affirmation person and we have a fight, and my words now can sting big time.
They become a weapon.
And I wonder, maybe that for some of you, like, there's some people you can do anything you want pretty much, but if you said the certain words or phrases, it's like a dagger. And so maybe, for us, it wasn't a big thing for the two of us, even though words do matter, like sticks and stones.
Right.
Words can never hurt me as a liar.
Yeah, that's a lie. That phrase, every time I've heard, I'm like, but that's not really true.
Yeah, words matter. But we want you to think about that, because maybe that could be a reality. I'm like, wow, because you said a minute ago in the other video that we tend to express, which is the book says that we tend to express naturally certain things. So if you tend to be like that big verbal encourager, you're probably a words of affirmation person. And then it'd be interesting to see if you get upset, how do you express yourself verbally or not? Because when you get upset, you don't.
I shut down.
Yes,
and
even
I
more.
Shut down
and me too. Like, I don't know what to say. But sometimes when you do go, them words land. But anyways, and so which is very interesting. But yeah, like when we're both upset, we really don't know how to talk it out because of that. But whatever. So hopefully you learned something. I don't know, but we learned a little bit about ourselves. But this was definitely love language number one, words of affirmation. And you know what? We also want you to know that God speaks all of these love languages. In fact, hey, the Bible is God's book of words, full of words of affirmation for you. I mean, God speaks very fluently all of these languages. So if you're a words of affirmation person and you need to feel loved, I encourage you just to pick up the Bible, open up God's word, and hear him say things like, I have loved you with an everlasting love, and how that you are mine, and all of those things. I mean, it is there. So we just want to encourage you with that word of affirmation, and we want to invite you back and check out the next video as we talk about love language number 2.